Okay, welcome everyone. Will Sebastian here again, pro multi-asset day trader. If you want to learn live every single day with myself and my pro multi-asset day trader co-founder and many of the pros we taught, just go underneath. We're live every day on Zoom. So I'm just populating the chart. FX Tester 6. Again, here I'll leave a link underneath. Really good for back testing. Like I said, you can see the chart is going to populate with some data. I'll speed it up a bit while I talk. There you go. I wasn't expecting it to go that fast, but it has. So I'm going to pause it here. So we've got the dollar CAD. As many of you know, my method is hedge centric. So really I'm focusing on hedging to get out of any position. Now you will have seen already on my YouTube series, there is never a time where I do not close the video in gains. I have no idea really what the data is going to look like on the daily, for example, over time. I have not studied the individual days. 10 years ago or 13 years ago, I was 12. So, you can pretty much guarantee I wasn't trading it. But these demos really are to show you what's possible, to show you that it is possible to trade for income. And it's possible to do it without stop losses. There are many caveats to stop losses, okay? But they're not necessary if your sizes are correct. And it's more about deal making at that point. So I'll give you an idea really of what I mean as we go. I'm just going to play it a bit more and push it along, okay? And there we go. So I'll pause here. So because I'm not using stops, I'm mostly using price action and simple risk management rules. I'll put it on the hourly for a minute. You can see this candle here is giving me a strong buy side movement off the back of a decent fall. Okay, now I don't know really what happened before, so I'm going to be careful, but I am going to go long. Remember, each video I normally say, okay, we're going to have a max size of 0.1 and a minimum size, therefore, of 1 micro or 0.01. Obviously, on one asset, you won't make as much, but you would generally be trading a diverse portfolio. So all your assets would have that size, or more or less. So I'll start off with 0.04. That's 40% of a max size. And you can see that's in gains already. Now, this is also giving me a pullback and a dip on that upside momentum. So I can lock in just under there, and if it doesn't kill me for the gain. There we are, so we're up a bit more, so I'll kill that. So that's gain one, very small gains, but gains nonetheless. Okay, now, if we go back to the hourly, you can see we've still got that momentum, but for a decent long, we really want some sort of a dip. Now, price is quite well supported, so I'm going to go in at 0.05. Okay, and I'm going to resume. Still supported to the upside and still moving and still going. And you can see that via the hourly, and then it drops. So I'm going to just let it run. And if it comes back up, I'm going to kill it because market's not looking as good. So I'm out for gains there twice. Okay, now I don't want to short it yet because the momentum is quite strong. I'd rather play it, and that's what I'm going to do. And my short next is probably going to come somewhere at a more key level of resistance, 0.958. Otherwise, I'll just get long again on a fall. Now, the setup here isn't as good. Okay, market fairly sideways, so a little bit of uncertainty in price strength. Okay, nonetheless, getting some movement, but you can see it's fairly weak, as I expected. I'm actually going to kill that, and I'm going to flip short. I'm only going to take a light short because price is not very high. Okay, and I'm out for gains. I'm going to flip lightly long. And I can always add if we drop under the low, which we're not yet. Don't really like the long side momentum, so I'm just going to flip short. Okay, so out for gains again. Going to play, not too keen on price action, but I will take a long at these lows. Okay, key support / demand, rejection, whatever you want to call it. I'll kill that. Not really willing to short unless you can come back within this newfound downtrend. You can see with your lower highs, any considerable push. In fact, I think I'll just drop it down and take it early. Wouldn't be shocked if you get a bit higher. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so we would have got a better entry, but you can see we called it quite well. Momentum really pushing south and now north. I'm going to swap short again. Can you see what's happening? Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower low, lower low, lower low. It's easy to read. Kill it again for gains. You can see how quick the accumulation is. This comes from sort of 10 years of looking at charts. And just, you can start to just pick up or down. But mostly I'm doing this off price action. You'll notice in a lot of videos I do, my hit rate, or my success rate is sort of 100% in many cases. I would have killed that, didn't get the chance. Anything higher, and I'm going to short. Okay, great. So now I'm going to go heavier because the price is higher. The chance of fall is better. There's a longer shot for gains. Should it keep trickling? There we go. That will do it. So you can now see what's happening is that short is now out the money. Market looks slightly weak, but a bit of uncertainty. So I'm just going to add again. So I'm out for gains there. Okay, and now I can hedge. I can hedge this one. So this is where we really get into hedging. I'm already right so frequently that I'm picking up so many gains. Just constantly, you can see. But effectively, I've hedged that former position I got wrong because my long led me to take gains. And remember, all the gains that are coming from shorts, which is, the same direction as the former entry, still count as gains I can use to dissolve that position. Now, price looks fairly supported, so I can use my hedge gains to get rid of that, and I'm still up $133 just with one loss taken. Take it long again. The market is sliding, so that I really should have exited there. I'm going to add 30% of a max size here. I'm going to get out of that for gains. I'm going to add a short here, essentially just hedging that former long. Can kill that long now at a very low net gain. I can add. And anything considerable south, I'll take. I'm actually just going to add 0.02 at the top because that will make 80% of a max size of 0.1, which you can see by adding those together. And I'm going to look really to kill that. And again, I'm going to hedge long. I'm going to hedge long lightly because if we pop back up to the highs like that, we can take very, minor gains. I can add short. Okay, and now I can kill that and I can kill that. And because price is relatively supported and we could end up with an uptrend, I could close that. So I've got two losses now. I'm still $160 up. An FX test is decent like this because you can play through fairly quickly. If you can learn to do this, you can trade for income. And that's mostly how we do it. Okay, so I'm out there and now I can hedge lightly just in case these highs persist. I'm going to hedge lightly because it's very early. So any pop back up like that. Okay, now we're going above the highs. Boom, I can kill that. I'm only exposed 0.03, so I'm happy to add again. And you'll notice what's happening now is my shorts are moving up with the market because I'm hedging. I'm hedging so I can take gains, okay, and essentially move the shorts along with the flow. That's how it's not necessary to use stops. You can see how quickly now I'm just taking gains repeatedly over and over and over again. So any higher and I'm out. I'm just going to kill that because you're getting a supported price again. I'm going to hedge 0.02 to offset some of this loss if we pop higher. Okay, which we did. And as I said in my last video, some of the hedge gains can be very small, but they do add up. Okay. That's almost what I just took in the last 10 seconds is almost sort of, a quarter of the overall drawdown on that former entry that is now in loss. So again, we're uptrending. I can take a slight bias on where we might go on that basis. I can let price run. I've got a hedge long up there. Okay, that I should have killed. I didn't do it quickly enough, pretty much. Out for gains there. Don't want to add because the momentum is too strong. I think you'll break the high. And you haven't yet, but I can add light hedge in case you do. There you go, very light gains there. Now I've got enough wash gains really to just get rid of that. So I'm still 174 up. I'm still not losing any money. I've hedged everything out pretty much. Price well supported still, so we might get a continuous rally here on market sentiment looking strong. For that reason, I'm going to kill early. Don't want to buy anything or sell anything because there's no need. I'm out for gains flat on this move. Okay, I'm going to speed it up. I don't really like that. Okay, so now I can add a lightly short, because you're getting a downside momentum. That's too fast. Anything higher, I can add again. A lot of rejection there. Missed it. Okay, my short is close enough that I don't really need to hedge long anytime soon. But if we push down towards it, I think I'll take a light hedge long here, just slightly lower size than the short. Okay, so out there. Again, like I said, that is basically a fifth or a sixth of the former entry, just in one hedge. So like I said, if you take lots of them, it does add up very easily. Another fall here and I'm out the short. I'm going to flip light long, exit. So there you go. There's $10 there, gains. I can just use it to close the other one. And I'm doing this in a very risk-averse format. Normally I wouldn't close as much, but I'm just giving you an idea of what you can do in a risk-averse format, how low you can keep the drawdown. At this point, it's nothing. Okay. And obviously you'd be trading a diverse portfolio of assets with a bit more risk, I would say, so you can make more money. And that's what I've done in the other videos I've shot, same thing. So what I'm doing here is I'm able to take very low sizes with no stop loss, because the repercussions of low sizes versus higher equity really aren't that bad. Okay. That probably could have been a 0.02, but nonetheless, out for gains, flip short, 0.03. Okay, out for gains. Don't want anything just yet. Beating the high, I'll add heavier. No, would have. Not too keen on that. Any sort of significant move either way, and we'll look to take it lightly long. So I've got that lightly long now. Not getting any serious move, but I'll add lower again. Price not supported to the upside massively at this point. Boom. Out there, out there. Add short. Lightly, a bit of weakness there. Nothing major, so I'll just kill it. And I can wait. So really not seeing anything dangerous. Drawdown wise, before this position we had zero drawdown. Nothing really happening. Short there at the highs, I can add if it pushes really much higher above those highs. There we go. So let it drag a bit of gains there. Reshort again. Follow through, a few gains there. Swap the size, light long. And you'll notice the sizes are light. It's because there's no big deviation like that, to which I could probably go 40% max size. Because what you've got now is a market more or less channeling between these highs and lows. Any significant push to the lows, and I'll get a high size in. It's interesting this. So now you've got your push. Drawdown still well under gains taken. Don't really need to hedge for that reason. Bit of momentum there, climbing price, slowly getting a bit of strength, and then it fades. Anything seriously lower, back down here, and I'll get long. So I'll let it run on the daily. Okay, let's have a look. So still climbing, there you go, a bit more strength, higher. Oh, no, could have deleted it. Oh well, we can just add if it gets lower. Would have been ideal to take it out at that point. One more low and I'll get long. Another 0.4. So I've got 2, 4, and 4. That's total of 1 whole max size. Any push to the upside now for a swing long, I can let run. Otherwise, I'll just look to hedge at some point. I don't really need to hedge because my max drawdown is nowhere near dangerous, especially with the gains taken. So I've got 0.1 over sort of 300 pips. It's about right. Anything lower, I can look to add again long. So because of all the gains I've taken, what you'll start to notice in this video is that I'm able to add again, and I'm still net gains. Now you notice even if the drawdown goes through that, which it has now, it's not a problem because the overall equity is still quite reasonable. So what hedging does, and taking gains on both sides of the market, is allow you to pretty much sustain an equity level that is never going to be dangerous. Now my max drawdown for most assets is going to be 1%. That's normally how we teach. So if you get even to 0.6, 0.7, that's when you stop adding long and you look to reduce. You'll only hedge, okay? So alpha gains there. Now I've got the choice, light hedge here, 0.03, there you go. So you'll only hedge and only reduce if your drawdown gets unsustainable, which at this point, it's not. And it won't be because I've taken so many gains already before this. To sustain any growing drawdown that we might experience. So now we've got a supported price a bit. There we go. In other words, it's trying to climb. I can put a stop in. Or can I? Hang on. I'll tell you what, we won't. Just because I don't think it's really going to matter too much. Okay, ideally it would have been there. Let's try that again. No, just moves the whole thing. I'll tell you what, we'll just forget about it. Probably will sustain itself anyway. If it doesn't really matter. There you go, sustained, excellent, alpha gains. And now we're still coming higher. And I've got the choice to add short as a hedge. There you go. Any push higher, gains. So I've got gains there. I'm out. I don't want to add short just yet. But you can see now the net gains well over $300. Despite that drawdown swing, which was sustainable because I'm hedging all along the way. Get that on the 4 hourly. Big push up. There you go. Kill it. Alpha gains. So now I can add if I want. If we look across the board, yeah, I think I will. Play. Anything seriously higher, we're just going to do the reverse of what we did a minute ago. Okay. So I know I've got a very high price. I've only got 0.6 in there, 0.06, over a good 300 pips. So I will short again. I want to be out of this one early because there's rejection on the highs. For that reason, I can also consider taking a light long there and killing off this for the third loss we've ever taken. Not many. Add long there. Okay, and now what I'm doing is I'm working the other side of the market to get rid of that former short. So I just took $17 gains, then 6, that's 23 or 24. So I've got $24 of hedge gains on this last cycle, basically since I took that short. I'm also getting $9 on DCA gains, but we won't count it just so you can see what's happening here. Another light long there, so that's now $36 taken. I'll add short again. So I'm only counting the long side hedges, not this next $10. So by now I'm almost completely where that drawdown sits, but we won't count it like I said, so you can get a visual and an idea of what I'm doing. Okay, anything to the upside. So we banked 36 of long side hedges since we got that short wrong is what I'm saying. Okay. Now there's a pop up there, so that's 39 roughly. And I've now, if it drops lower, I can just kill it for net nothing. There you go. 39 hedge gains long, 37 loss. Close it for the fourth loss, still well in gains. So like I said, what I'm doing is I'm moving the positions with the market as time goes. I'm trading the cycle of the move. Okay. And that's the point of hedging. It allows you to remove something you got wrong without feeling guilty about it. Okay. Like eating chocolates at Christmas. Too many of them. Okay. So anything up or down, I can kill either of these either way. And I can look to exit the process. Or overall, I can just close for 17 loss. So 5 losses, the last 2 not necessary, but 3, 6, 7 in profit, full cycle traded, all these moves, no problem, and net gains. Do that continually and you can make an income. Go underneath if you want to learn how. See you in the next one, guys.